Hi everyone, McBeard here, back with another video and deck guide for you. Even though I am at TwitchCon currently as you are watching this, I scheduled this video in advance so I could show you this deck that I was playing. I played this on on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. And, you know, I've been goofing off this season, just trying lots of crazy stuff, but I decided I needed to push for some of the higher ranks. So I needed to just get around to getting that rank 19. So this is the deck I used to get there, and it's a great deck. The full shoutout and most of all the credit here goes to Pro Ladder player and streamer ShoePlays, who tends to recommend decks that I do very well with. I think we have the same style of playing or the same style of deck building because he just gives me winners when I ask him. So he's like my go-to guy for decks, especially monster decks. And this is a good one. Now, it is a Dagon deck, so hold on. Don't change the channel yet. It's a really cool Dagon list because it runs Villain Trettenmirth, Merc Brackus, Scorch, some unexpected cards as well, and it has an incredibly great late game. And Villain Trettenmirth is a superstar, and I'll show you the deck so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so Shue calls this deck the Punisher, and it's interesting because it doesn't really punish as much as it is just very meta, I think, because there's a lot of decks out there that like to finish with big cards, and Villain Trettenmirth, I guess you could say, punishes you for that. So really, it's all about. I'm not going to go too in detail here because if you're playing Gwent, you've seen a lot of Dagon on the ladder. You know what Dagon can do. I'll quickly go over a couple of things. First of all, the Ericus is a very interesting inclusion that I was skeptical of, but it's actually really great. The Mulligan is not so bad in this deck, although the gameplay that follows this shows how you combat a bad Mulligan. But it's great to thin your cards with this. So it's really just great thinning. You want to make sure that your draws are a little bit better. You really want to hit Gels so you can hit your other golds and maybe set up a silver, hit Frightener, and draw into a gold perhaps. So it's really good to kind of thin your deck out, and Ericus helps that. Harpies also help here. One single Solano Harpy and Woodland Spirit will get both of your Harpies out of the deck, and that's very important. It also gets Roach out of the deck, and it also gets the Foglet out of the deck with the Fog. So those are all cards that come out of your deck. So you have two Ericus, two Harpies, a Foglet, and Roach. All come out of your deck probably within the first, second, or third plays, depending on your hand. Ekamar is great for carryover. You can eat eggs for tempo, or you can just eat something else just so you can have that carryover for the next round. Carryover, as we know, is very important. Prevents your opponent from putting a pass on you in second round if you have more carryover than they do. Just a really important mechanic, and that's not changing. Drowners are very important because you can create a fair amount of weather between Dagon and Woodland Spirit and then ultimately Drought. You should get a lot of value out of the Drowners. Also, movement is very important in general. This deck used to run Marigold's Hailstorm, but then we cut one of the Drowners, added Lacerate, and added Doragore instead of Marigold's Hailstorm because I actually found it wasn't performing that well. Whereas Doragore is great to have a third Ekamara or a third Drowner whenever you want. I think Doragore is an excellent inclusion here. One Archgriffin to clear weather. Solano Harpies because Solano Harpies are still pretty good in that you can generate your Harpies because they are beasts and, of course, enable Ekamaras with the eggs. Finally, Frightener, just to kind of manage your card advantage. You can play this into Scorch. You can play this into your own Villain Trettenmirth. It doesn't feel like it's very risky to play Frightener in this deck, which is good because spies are out there and card advantage is a huge deal. And beating Emir spies is very difficult if you don't have your own spy. So there is that. Scorch, of course, usually can get you great value. It's not that people don't play around Scorch, it's that sometimes people just have to play into a Scorch, and you can take a great advantage there, but you need to be careful. You don't want to get stuck with this card in a late round. And you'll see. I'll talk about the game in just a second. Lacerate, just to punish a row. You are moving stuff with Drowners, so that's important. Gels does get you the golds you need. Usually, I mean, there's a lot of situations Gels is a guaranteed gold pull if you've seen your other two golds. Otherwise, you're pretty happy with any of these golds. The only one you don't want to play early is Villain Trettenmirth. That takes a little bit of planning. So you can get into some situations where you could get Villain Trettenmirth, but you really want Woodland Spirit. Sometimes you got to take that gamble or just take the silver card that he offers. A lot of the time, you just kind of say, well, what is the worst combo that Gels can show me? Gold and silver. And you just have to deal with it, I guess. So the big cards, obviously Woodland Spirit, biggest tempo play that monsters have. It's one of the best cards in the game right now in that it is an 8 strength play that also pulls out Roach and Foglet for another 8 strength, plus it adds 2 Harpies into the mix if you played a Harpy. It's another 6 strength, plus a tick of Fog. Forget about it. It's amazing. Sorry, it's another 8 strength from the Harpies as well. It's a brutal card, okay? Woodland Spirit is just incredibly strong. But then the pièce de résistance, Villain Tretmirth, a fantastic card that is still very viable. The best part about Villain Tretmirth is dropping this in round 3 when you have 3 cards left in your hand and just watching your opponent frantically try to solve this new problem. It completely warps the board state for your opponent, and then you can customize it even more with Merkabrak. Just sand off a couple points here, sand off a couple points there, and you can get a huge... You can get some great Scorch opportunities like in the clip that I'm showing you right now. You can just get some really, really great opportunities that Merkabrak can afford you. It's almost like every other game that Merkabrak does this for you. So that's the deck. I'm going to show you a game where I struggle with the Mulligan, and this is more of a caution. This is more of a what not to do with this deck, because I find a way around a lot of problems are presented to me in this game that I show you, and I find a way around it. So, but then, you'll see how some cards can be difficult. So I will say, play your Scorch early if you can. Take a good opportunity. Don't be greedy with Scorch. You can get stuck with it. And, plan your Merkabrak and Villain Tretmirth turns, and try your best to just get ahead, pass favorably. Hope you enjoy this deck. Try it out. You can't spell dragon without Dagon. And, check out the gameplay. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week. Take care. Potentially. And the final boss. I think this is our final boss for the break. So this will be Dagon Mirror. Very straightforward Mulligan hand. Once again, we are stuck. This could just be bad either way. I think I'm always going to... Shit. Keep Roach, Mulligan it later, I think, is what we do here. Aw, come on, game. In the mirror, it's particularly bad, I think. Punished. Blacklisting 101? What are you talking about, Blacklisting 101? I had a second Harpy in the deck, and I had a third Ericus in the deck. What are you talking about, Blacklisting 101? I did that in the correct order. And then there was Roach. I want the Ericus is fine. I want that. I want one in my hand. So I denied Drowner value by placing things into the Frost, but I don't think I can. I can't do that, obviously, with the Arcus, which I am playing first. Why is Roach always in the opening hand? So fail? I mean, it's not always, but it's happened like 5 games, maybe? I think Roach is, maybe Roach is a cut. Roach is really good, though, with Woodlands, and it's because he's a beast. Because she's a beast, get it right. McBeard, it is a she. Yeah, correct order. I thought so. Okay, so we have one too. Pop an egg, pop an egg. Ours is better, I think, because we have double Harpy now coming out. Not really where I want the Harpies to go, but I might just clear this. Might clear this with a Baya now. Especially if he decides to play a Final Weather, if he wants to play Hound. If he plays a... Is the one Frost Hound thing? That's a thing, right? That's clearly a thing, because this is the second time we saw... Maybe he has... you have 2 Frosts and 1 Hound? Is that how it works? On principle. Maybe that's how it works. I don't think I'm clearing yet. I don't think I'm clearing yet. I'm going to be patient on this one. It is Dagon. He has 100 weathers. I've had YKT. Happy stream birthday. Best wishes. Thanks, man. Great to see you. The Arcasay in the deck is for value. It's for thinning. Yeah, it's for thinning, really. Like, you want to get Villain Treadmirth and Murkabraka, like, pretty much every game here. Oh, punished for not clearing the weather, I guess, is kind of what happened there. The good news is we won the flip, so we can be a little more liberal with what we can do here, I think, to take this. After this turn, my weather and his weather is basically the same thing. Interesting. Do I just want to kill his carryover? Could do it with a Bea. My carryover is automatically better right now anyway. And I'm up a card. Maybe this is the pass. Also, lacerating this row might be okay as well. But I think this might be the pass. DRJR, have a great night. See you soon. See you soon. Oh. Bye, Roach. We're feeling a bit better now about it. I would love an opportunity to play Frightener. And I will get one, because I'm going to create an opportunity. I have to. I think I have to. I think this was a good pass because, like, the situation is he needs to play a card to fight or thin me, or, like, otherwise I just keep the card and we go into the last round. And I think going into the last round with Frightener is fine. I might just do the exact same thing here. Still have the Foglet in my hand, which is too bad. And this might be the pass for him. I didn't really want to play anything else. Even cards, we go first. Should be okay. Should be okay. That's pretty damn good. That's also really good, in my opinion. We have 2 clears. We have a full clear and a partial clear. We haven't seen a Bea from him. 4 golds we haven't seen. Sorry, 3 golds and 4 silvers. So we're not just gonna rush out with Drought yet. We're just gonna play Frightener, I think. Yeah, so this is the thing. 2 Biting Frost and 1 Frost Hound. Who's running this deck? Somebody's running this deck. Because it's the second time we've seen this exact config. Does this matter? Doesn't matter, really. Wait. It matters. So next weather, we just clear the bay, I guess. This would be the last weather, right? Unless there's a bronze or a white frost, I guess. I feel like I'm clearing this. I mean, I feel like as I click these mouse buttons that I'm actually clearing this. I mean, I should probably play the drought soon because it's possible that he just doesn't have a bay in his hand. He has 4 silvers and 9 cards left in his hand. I currently didn't draw one of my silvers. So I mean, it's possible that he doesn't have it. I think we're just going to go for it here. Because we have a Drowner we need to play, and we're not playing anything else, I think, so. But it's tough, right? Because of the Frightener. But we just move something into Frightener's row. For the Scorching. I think this makes sense. It's still a 10-point play when it's all said and done, I guess, but... Well, well, well. Welly, welly, welly. That's actually good for us, because that means that the wolves are eating the drought and the Frightener's not going down in strength. Could also play the Drowner here. Wouldn't the Fog have been better? He has Drowners and stuff, right? That must be it. Feels pretty good right here. Play a Scoia'tael deck? Hashbang FU? One day I will play a Scoia'tael. I mean, my top 3 factions are Scoia'tael, Northern Realms, and Monsters, so I tend to play those decks more often than anything else. The red, blue, and green. I proudly salute. What flag is that? Red, blue, and green? What flag is that? What flag has red, blue, and green on it? I can't think of one. There is one, though, right? There is one that's the 3 stripes. Green for the lush grasses, blue for the pure waters and high sky, and red for the fire and destruction you rain upon your enemies. Okay, so the magic number is 10. We can't create any 9s. We don't want to create any 7s. So I guess we're just killing stuff with Murktabraka. Is that right? The Scorch is going to be tough, right? It's not going to be easy to play Scorch. Wait, I can create... No, I can't. Oh, the tick will keep it at 10, too. So if he's playing anything that is above 7, we are great. If he's playing anything at 7, we are not great. But I think we could be great, because as long as 10 wins it for us, the drought will do the rest of the work. I think he may be out of options. This isn't our final boss, though. Unless we get 39 points, I don't think we're going to get... Good game, then. Good old Villain Tretmirth. Let me tell you something. Villain Tretmirth, definitely doing work right now. Definitely doing work. No question about that card being viable. We have won the last 4 games in a row.